Hello and welcome to Pandora FMS. In today's video, we will explain how to install and configure our syslog in our Pandora FMS environment. First, I will explain why it is convenient to have this system configured in your environment. If, for example, you have Linux/Windows machines where you want to monitor their logs, we will make use of the software agent plus plugins that take care of their reading. Then they are sent to Pandora FMS server, and it is in charge of sending them to the Elastic server that we use for log collection. To collect logs from devices on which you cannot install an agent, for example switches, the easiest solution would be to send all these logs to the same computer and have them analyzed there by Pandora FMS server. The simplest and most widespread way in most devices to send logs is the Rsyslog protocol, which we will use to define a single point to which the logs of different devices will be sent and that Pandora FMS will process. If it's just a few devices, Pandora FMS's own machine could be used for that. Although as the amount of data increases, it is advisable to define one or even several machines that work as Rsyslog servers. In the case of this video, we'll use Pandora FMS machine itself as a log receiver. If you need to configure more machines, just follow the steps that we will describe on the machines that you want to configure as log receivers in operation. If you do not know how to do it, check out our video Pandora FMS Log Collector, where we explain the installation and configuration step by step. Now, assuming that you have your log collector configured, to install Rsyslog in Rocky/rhel8, run the command dnf install Rsyslog on the server. This same Rsyslog package will also work for the configuration of clients that send logs to your server. But that is another topic that we will see in other videos. Once installed, go to the file /etc/rsyslog.conf and enable TCP and/or UDP input as follows. After making this adjustment, it will be necessary to restart the Rsyslog service, and once done, check that port 514 is enabled. You may check this with the command netstat-tlnp. If everything is correct so far, you will have to configure the client so that it can send logs to the Rsyslog server. Depending on what type of device, this configuration can be done in different ways. As for the video, we will use another Linux machine that sends its logs to your server. In my case, I already have this machine configured and pointed to the Rsyslog server you just installed. Once this is done, you will then have your client sending their logs through Rsyslog. Now you will have to activate the feature in Pandora FMS server to process these logs. Configure the file /etc/pandora/pandora_server.conf and edit the value of syslog server to 1. You may also make a more advanced configuration by modifying the parameters syslog_file, which is the location of the file where the syslog entries are delivered, the syslog_threads, which is the maximum number of threads to be used in the syslog server's producer/consumer system, and syslog_max, which is the maximum processing window for syslog server. It will be the maximum number of syslog entries to be processed in each iteration. When activating the syslog server to read the logs from remote devices, you will usually have several devices connected to your Rsyslog collector so that Pandora FMS differentiates each device. Sending logs generates a container agent with the name of the Rsyslog client that you configured. So it is recommended, in the case of wanting to combine the standard monitoring with a log collection, to create the agents with an alias as a name, making it match the client hostname, thus avoiding agent duplication, and you will have all the data in a single agent. For example, in the case of our client with the name Pandora, you will see that the logs that arrive at Pandora FMS from that device are identified in Pandora as Pandora, since in this case the hostname and alias match. And with this, you will be able to easily see all the logs that arrive through Rsyslog to this server identified and without making any other extra configurations. Next, activate your Pandora FMS console with the option Activate Log Collector. To that end, go to the section Setup, Setup Enterprise, and check the following option. Then click on Update and then go to the top section called Log Collector. Enter the address and port of your Elastic server and click Update. If everything works properly, the red circle will switch to green. Finally, you may access section Monitoring Log Viewer and see the logs of the clients logged in through Rsyslog. And that was it for today's video. Don't forget it, if you liked the video, smile, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Any suggestions, questions, or ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Remember that if you're interested in trying Pandora FMS Enterprise, you may contact us to get a free 30-day trial. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you on social media and in future learning videos.